what has been given to you surrounding you. But sometimes if you ever been in a place where nothing ever gave to you, you get a chance. When you get that chance to really do that and be away from people who can't stop you from going after your goal, you just go after that. You go after the thing that everybody was in your ear about, trying to stop you. Sometimes even family can be discouraging. Sometimes even so-called friends can be discouraging when you're trying to do something. You can be supportive for what they're doing, but they might not always understand how to help you assist them. See, I've learned as, a young adult and as an older one. Now I'm like moving up to like a seasoned elder now. I was already a leader anyway, but now I'm moving up. I'm like a couple of years off of 40. So I gotta make room. Actually, I'm about to pass the torch on to my son and my daughter. And if they don't want it, then I'm gonna set it up for somebody. I might go in a process down the line and even think about adopting kids and give them to adopting kids. You understand? Because somebody has a destiny. Somebody has a dream that they want to accomplish. And so I could say, that I can leave this vision in the hands of somebody. I can always be the chief overseer of the vision that I got in case they find themselves going through something. And you need to know that if you're the CEO, sometimes the CEO ain't always the person that's doing all of the other things. The CEO is just the person who is, pretty much the investor. You the one that get the stuff for everybody to do it, And what I found myself doing is playing all of the roles. I'm doing everything, Some CEOs, all they do is just invest in it, and some people don't even invest in. Look, for example, Mr. Bill Gates, when he invested in the company, they already had their logo, they had everything, and all he did was invest his money. Now that's that's his company. So to this day, Mr. Bill Gates ain't got a lot of stress out because he invested. Now he helping create employment for everybody. And so people like that, you want to use as a prime example. Like, man, he didn't have to do all of the graphic work. He didn't have to, do everything else. He just had to invest his money into it and have a vision of creating greater opportunities, because he was a creative person, and it's in him to keep on reduplicating what he got. The rich think rich thoughts. They don't think, well, I'm about to be poor. They always looking to get more. And so, if you in a poor state of mind, you want to let the poor say I'm rich. Believe God to do greater in this season, because you are a creator who can create what's creative. And it's time to really step out on faith regarding that. And it ain't just like blind faith or anything like that. It's faith that without works, it is dead. You understand? Faith without works is dead. So you don't want it to seem like ain't nothing happening, but it's happening. It is happening on the inside. It's what's motivating you to do what it is that you do. So I want to encourage you today that faith is what is going to provoke you to do what otherwise you wouldn't be able to do. So creators who can create what's creative some people have already done it. So this is not for people who have already done it, but if this can help you help somebody else and pass it on to somebody else. But the truth of the fact of the matter of it, you got to believe sometimes in yourself. Sometimes when God has called you to do something, you gotta really block out everything. I don't care where you have to establish it at. I don't care what area you're in. You got to believe that, okay, I'm about to be creative in a place that ain't creative. How can you be creative in a place where nothing's happening? That's how you know you creative. When you can create something when nobody else is creating nothing. That's how you shine the most, because ain't nobody else doing nothing to help nothing. You understand? That's where you're needed the most. Sometimes where it looked like there's no opportunity, when you come on the scene, there is opportunity. Why? Because you're a creator. You are a spark of the creators who can create what's creative. Once they know that, hey, you doing something, then they might be inspired to want to do something too. They might want to say, man, I want to do something creative. I want to build a business. I want to believe God for the employees. I want to believe God, and they sow into that. You have to sow into it. It may take a time. I sold into it and I've gotten greater visions, but it's like, I gotta, everything is for an appointed time, because everybody's not rushing to get out of the circumstance that they're in. Some people are comfortable in what they're doing, even if you told them, here's a way out of escape, they have to believe, and they got to believe it themselves. They got to believe that, hey, I can come out of this victoriously. They got to believe. And as creators today, I want to encourage you that believe in that you have. It's going to make room for you, and I believe if what I do now is going to draw other people. I'm not really looking to go to other people, but I believe there's going to be a day where other people can come to me, because I've been going to other people. I've been going to other places, and some people just miss them opportunities when I was in other places. So people think you ain't ever went nowhere. God showed me, if I try to go do it, like I had an event. It was an event I had at a hotel, and I set it up, and I wanted to do it for the people. I had the heart to set it up. I set up my laptop. I set out information for everybody that was in the hotel, and people came down there. They sat down and stuff like that. But the truth of the fact of the matter, everybody wasn't ready for the change. I thought people was going to ask me how to start stuff. Very few people showed that they were listening, but very few people didn't change. So I'm thinking like, dang, why did I even do this? and sometimes you thinking like, I gotta do something, but sometimes in that something time, that means when it's somebody else something, it might be your time for nothing. And you might just have to just take it easy and rest. I hate to say it. When you trying to work and you want to do stuff and maybe it ain't time, maybe people ain't ready, that means you got the opportunity to keep on building. I want to encourage you, when you building something, it ain't always time for everybody to see what you building and to the end of it. Sometimes you can't stop in the middle of the process and show somebody what you're building in the middle, because it might not look like a finished product. So everybody may not come right then because you're building the foundation of it. And this is what I learned. When you're building the foundation of a company, or something like that, everybody may not fully come to it yet because you're just doing the basic fundamentals. And so after you're satisfied in it being completed, then that's when people start to be attached. It'll draw people to come to it. But then they got to be in an area where people can have access to it. It can't be out in a desolate area where nobody wants to make change or anything. Like I'm doing a God corporation now, and then nobody can not want to change at all. They can be like, man, they can be walking all around the Jordan River. They can walk around Egypt 400 years, and there's a way out of escape for them. My blessing is to help somebody else, and that's better than me making money. Truthfully, if I can help you, I'm gonna get my reward. I just believe it. They can't tell me that good people don't get blessings, because I watch it every day on television. When I see it on TV, I see people who just do something good out of the kindness of their heart, and they get recognized for it because they did something. And most of the time it could have been, they spent money, and sometimes they might not have had to spend money. They might have just had something that was beneficial to somebody else. And then because of what they did for others, it came back for them. What you make happen for others, somebody gonna make happen for you. I firmly believe that. If you keep working at the creative process and what you doing behind closed doors in your own time, I believe that it'll work out for you. And I'm just focused enough that, hey, I got everything to a certain degree ready, to go, but I get to take the time to edge up some stuff and change a few things, and add on to something, to the God corporation. And that's what I'm doing. So when people start getting a vision and God corporations start popping up everywhere, they will know that, this is the original creator of it. You understand? Of the God corporation. So when I did the video some years ago, people started catching on to it. They started catching on. And some people tried to duplicate what I was doing. They even tried to copy everything, but they heard the message, and it worked out good for them, because that's the goal. My goal is to have God corporations like they have Burger King franchises, set up. And I'm willing to help people. But while I'm helping people, God has even given me greater ways to be a creator, and how I'm gonna help these